Hey there everyone, this is Craig, and I wanted to do just some kind of general discussions about Pokemon, maybe make it like a series or something, but yeah, just essentially talking about things that I think need changing, buffing, nerfing, anything really sort of along those lines competitively. There was this Pl0x video a couple of weeks ago where he was talking about how ice types needed a buff. And I watched that video. I completely agree with him. I feel like ice needs a buff defensively is the main thing. I think he said in that video that they should resist flying types, which would make a lot of sense since usually, I mean, obviously a lot of you probably played Pokemon, but the way it normally is, not every type, but normally it's like if you are super effective to a type, you normally resist that type. So flying being weak to ice, it should also like not be very effective against ice. And also just the fact as well, it's like if you want to take like a mental image of it, it's like you know, like a bird trying to like just smash into some ice over and over again. Like it's just, I don't know, I guess it's like some kind of thing for it. Although then that kind of gets me thinking of like just other stupid things about Pokemon. But anyway, yeah, that could work for a defensive thing. Then at least it's got another resist, because at the moment I think it only resists itself. And then there's the whole thing with water. Like, why does water resist ice? Shouldn't it be like the other way around or something? Or shouldn't ice do super effective damage against water normally instead of having to use freeze dry? Anyway, I guess that's a whole other topic. But yeah, ice needs a bit of a defensive boost. But what I wanted to talk about was another type that I think needs a buff, and also another Pokemon that is just really bizarre in its stat distribution. So the type is bug Pokemon. I was going to say poison there. Poison already got a decent buff this generation. Bug Pokemon have gotten even worse this generation. Sorry, there's some like really old sounding car outside. Yeah, bug Pokemon have gotten even worse this generation because of fairy Pokemon, and I said it in one of the sessions that I did. I can't remember if actually it was the session that I recorded, the audio session I did the other week that I didn't get to put out because of technical difficulties. But in that session, I said that it was stupid that Fairy resisted Bug. Like, it was unnecessary because Fairy is already a really good type, and Bug is already a type that is still, even though it has gotten buffed since like first generation where it was like absolutely useless, it's still pretty useless. And that's because of, like I say, one, because of the amount of stuff that resists it. I mean, it has got a decent amount of defensive resistances, like, you know, it resists like grass and fighting, and I think there is another one I think that it resists. I can't remember what it is, but it's not great. And I mean, normally if like people want to resist those types, they'll go, if you want to resist grass, you'll have a fire type or something. If you want to resist fighting, you'll have a psychic type, a flying type. There's more common defensive checks to those types than going with a bug Pokemon, and that's because a lot of bug Pokemon are pretty crap. You know, I'm not going to say every single one is, because there is some good ones, obviously, that's why they're in high tiers, but for the most part, these bug Pokemon are in NU and PU, and that's because, you know, for a reason. So like I say, if they got rid of that fairy resistance, that would be good. It would also stop Pokemon like Gardevoir, I think, is a massive problem, trying to take out. And I think like I used to go with like bug Pokemon to take it out, all these like bug type moves, and now you can't really do that because it resists it, so, or at least it hits it neutrally, so that's kind of annoying. But that's that. I mean, that one bit's like a personal grade for me, but I still think overall they need to lose that resistance, and then also some of the moves I think need like a buff to base power, or at least like maybe not like the usable ones like Mega Horn. Bug Bite should stay where it is because for technician Pokemon. Mega Horn, Bug Bite, and Bug Buzz. Those are good. X-scissor. Okay, so there's like 4 decent bug moves, and then the rest is like you never see them get used. I mean, Infestation is probably the next one that I see get used, but that's very rare and that's very gimmicky in my opinion. You know, things like, I feel like Struggle Bug is a move that should be used a lot more than it is, and yeah, I've never seen anyone use it. So again, there's that. So some of these lower tier moves need a bit of a boost, so it's not just like the same moves all the time. I mean, you don't have to go absolutely wild with them, but slight buffs would be good. And then we'll get on to the Pokemon that I was thinking about that just is like bizarre, and as you can see, it's Ariados, because looking at this thing's stats, I don't understand what Game Freak think a spider is, or a tarantula, because when I see a spider or a tarantula, I don't think that animal is kind of, it's slightly bulky and very slow. Like, what the fuck were they thinking with that? What the stats should have been like, and that, which I brought up these 2 Pokemon here at the side, is look at Galvantula and look at Mega Beedrill. Both of them, you know, well, especially Mega Beedrill, but Galvantula, you know, relatively frail, but decent special attack, quick, and then same thing with Mega Beedrill. It's frail, but it's very fast, and it's got very good attack. And yet Ariados has decent HP, I'll give it that. It has mediocre attack, it has mediocre defenses, and it has terrible speed. And the only reason why it gets any use is because of Sticky Web. I've also used a defensive set, it's not that bad, but the only reason it's not that bad is because, like I say, its HP is usable, and its typing with the poison makes it a decent you know, defensive typing. But if it was just a pure bug Pokemon, it would be absolutely useless. And like I said, that's because of its just bizarre stat distribution. When I think of a spider, I think of really quick. You know, it can't really do much to like me, like a little spider, but you know, it's like, you know, to something its own size, it's really quick. It can, like, you know, one hit like flies and stuff like that. And you know, obviously you could just swat it away and it'll be dead. So I don't know why Ariados hasn't got a stat distribution not as high, but the same as Mega Beedrill, because as well, like, why does it have 60 special attack and nobody uses special moves on it? Like, get rid of all that, put that into speed or attack or something. You know, make its stats more along these kind of lines where it's, like I say, it's not. I mean, Galvantula isn't like absolutely paper thin, but its defenses are pretty poor. But I say, it's got good special attack, it's got good speed, and also as well abilities, because Ariados' abilities, I mean, they sound good, but they're just not that good. I mean, at least Compound Eyes would have given it more, like Mega Horn then would be like absolutely terrifying. It would give it more of a niche in the lower tiers, and you know, like I say, it might even move up tiers if it had better stats. So anyway, that's pretty much what I had to say. There was some other Pokemon I was going to get to, but I think that's probably enough for my rant on, you know, bug Pokemon needing a buff. So I'll leave it there. So like I say, bug Pokemon in general lose the fairy resistance, or there's like the fairy, I don't know what you call it when it's, but yeah, the less effectiveness to fairies. Buff some of the damage to the lower sort of damage moves like Struggle Bug, Twin Needle, stuff like that. And then also as well, Ariados just needs like a complete stat redistribution, better ability. The only way I can imagine this happening though is if they give it a mega and do this with it, because I mean a Beedrill is kind of the same way. It's just got this weird stat distribution. It's like it's got 80 special defense, but it's kind of slow. I don't understand it. It should have been more of this, and then the mega just like buffed the hell out of it. So yeah, that's my ideas to fix it. But you know, Game Freak, they're weird and they're slow with these kind of things. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. Like I say, I've got some more Pokemon that I want to look at a later date, so I'll probably get them out at some point. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.